Ayanna resides in Dorchester with her husband, Conan Harris, and her 6-year-old stepdaughter, Cora, who's not here. No? We had a little person up earlier. Please give a very warm welcome to Counselor Ayanna Pressley.
Good afternoon. I am honored to be here. I suppose I was invited in my capacity as an elected official, but I really stand here as a sister in solidarity to this movement of resistance and self-determination. We are all artists in some way, civic artisans, and now more than ever, as someone who studies trauma, I am sure that we are in the midst of it. And it isn't PTSD because there's nothing post about it. But while we're in the midst of that trauma, it is critical that we create spaces of healing and community. And as a woman, as a Black woman, who is a survivor of sexual violence, I can say I certainly need to be in spaces that are committed to that healing. Before I get to my formal text, I'll share with you, as a woman of faith, I create a space for prayer, reflection, and meditation every day. And there's a book that I use every day to guide me in that by Joshua Dubois called The President's Devotionals. And one of the readings, days after the election outcome, was entitled A Gentle Battle. And I'll paraphrase it. Ostensibly, it says that each morning we awaken to a gentle battle. And we have to decide, how will our minds be focused? Will our minds go in the direction of worry, weariness, and indifference, or in the direction of peace, love, and joy? Of all the negotiations and decisions of our day, this one is the most important. How will our minds be focused? As soldiers, in what direction will we march? I want to thank each and every one of you in that gentle battle this morning for choosing to march in the direction of peace, of love, of joy, and equality. Thank you. Now, I'm sure it will come as no surprise for those who know me and the many literary influences in my life. I will be reading from Maya Angelou. And I'll be reading an excerpt from her inaugural poem, On the Pulse of Mourning. Come, clad in peace, and I will sing the songs the Creator gave to me when I and the tree and the rock were one. Before cynicism was a bloody sear across your brow, and when you yet knew, you still knew nothing. The river sang and sings on. There's a true yearning to respond to the singing river and the wise rock. So say the Asian, the Hispanic, the Jew, the African, the Native American, the Sioux, the Catholic, the Muslim, the French, the Greek, the Irish, the rabbi, the priest, the sheik, the gay, the straight, the preacher, the privileged, the homeless, the teacher. They hear, they all hear the speaking of the tree. They hear the first and last of every tree speak to humankind today. Come to me, here, beside the river. Plant yourself beside the river, each of you. Descendants of some passed on traveler, has been paid for. You who gave me my first name, you, Pawnee, Apache, Seneca, you, Cherokee Nation who rested with me, then forced on bloody feet left me to the employment of other seekers, desperate for gain, starving for gold. You, the Turk, the Arab, the Swede, the German, the Eskimo, the Scots, the Italian, the Hungarian, the Pole, you, the Ashanti, the Yoruba, the Kru, brought, sold, stolen, arriving on a nightmare, praying for a dream. Here, root yourselves beside me. I am that tree planted by the river, which will not be moved. I, the rock, I, the river, I, the tree, I am yours. Your passages have been paid. Lift up your faces, you have a piercing need for this bright morning dawning for you. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Lift up your eyes upon this day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. Women, children, men, take it into the palms of your hands, mold it into the shape of your most private need, sculpt it into the image of your most public self. Lift up your hearts. Each new hour holds new chances for a new beginning. Do not be wedded forever to fear, yoked eternally to brutishness. The horizon leans forward, offering you space to place new steps of change here on the pulse of this fine day. You may have the courage to look up and out and upon me, the rock, the river, the tree, your country. No less to Midas than the mendicant, no less to you now than the mastodon then. Here on the pulse of this new day, you may have the grace to look up and out and into your sister's eyes and into your brother's face, your country, and say simply, very simply, with hope, good morning.